One of my sources a few years ago has always called Ariana a serial cheater. You've reached Exposing SMG. I'm Angela.
And I'm Alana.
And we run a celebrity news blog where we uncover celebrity secrets and give you the inside scoop. Hey guys, and welcome back to Exposing SMG. Today we have a very interesting topic. We are talking about pop's favorite diva, Ariana Grande. Ariana Grande has solidified herself as one of pop's finest main stars. With her explosive studio debut album in 2013, she went on to accumulate several #1 albums and #1 singles. Her success isn't up for debate, that's for sure, but what are the skeletons that are hiding in the closet of pop's finest star? For one, it's the fact that Ariana doesn't really know how to be alone. By now, I'm sure that you guys have heard that Ariana has just got engaged to Dalton Gomez. So we're going to talk a little bit about Dalton Gomez, as well as shed some light on who Ariana is as a person, give you more insight on who she is at that time, because she tends to change her persona, her lifestyle around the people that she dates. It's like she finds comfort or change or something that she wants in the people that she dates, and it's not just your regular relationship. And Ariana has been through a lot, so I'm going to give you guys some inside details. I'm actually going to reveal some kind of controversial information about her and Dalton, so stay tuned as we go through the video. Dalton and Ariana have been dating for less than a year. They were first spotted by TMZ in February, and at the time, nobody knew who this mystery man was. It was until later that we found out that his name is Dalton Gomez and he works in real estate. So to fill you in, Dalton isn't just your average real estate person. He deals with A-list celebrities, basically everyone that has a lot of money. So when he's selling homes, he's selling $1 million homes, and the commission on those homes, let's just say that he's been making bank. So I guess that's one way we can assume that he afforded the engagement ring. Anyways, he's a very low-key dude, but even though he's low-key, he's like in the industry circle. So he has celebrity friends. He knows his way around celebrities and the people that are in that lifestyle because he works with them. And up till a few years ago, he was actually seen around with Miley Cyrus and her crowd. And now we see that he and Ariana are engaged. And people are a little bit suspicious because this is Ariana's second engagement, and both relationships didn't hit the 1-year mark until, the other person proposed. In 2018, she was with Pete Davidson, and Pete even came out to say later on that he told Ariana that he's going to propose to her the day that they met, and that's exactly what ended up happening. As we said in the beginning of the video, Ariana does not know how to be alone. Throughout the length of her really successful career, she has always been with somebody. She doesn't know how to be alone. She always needs somebody there, and it's to deal with her inner issues, and she has been through a lot in the industry after the Manchester arena bombing and after the passing of her longtime boyfriend Mac Miller. She has dealt with a lot of trauma. So with Dalton, he kind of brings a little bit of this sense of security and peace and low-key lifestyle that Ariana wants. And that's actually an interesting detail about Ariana, because she kind of dates people based on what she wants in life at that moment. So let's talk about Ricky Alvarez. Ricky Alvarez was one of her boyfriends. He was her backup dancer for a very long time, and she dated him in 2016. And several sources said that the Into You music video was actually inspired by her forbidden love, Ricky Alvarez. And from what I know and from what sources have told me, her management didn't like her hanging around with kind of like the help. That's how shallow the industry is, and that's how they see things like that. So it's like, why are you dating your backup dancer? It's like things like that. It's like when you could be in the PR relationship that can take your career to next levels, can give you guys press, can give you guys publicity, different opportunities. And that's what you see portrayed in the Into You music video. She's so upset that she has to be with this guy for her image. And let me tell you something about Ariana. She has had her share of publicity stunts. And we can, talk about that in a different video, but she's definitely dated just for, PR, public relationships, on contract, and all of that. She even had a thing with Mac Miller. And even though they were very real, at one point it was kind of like just business. It's good for business. With Ricky, he encapsulated what Ariana wanted at the time, and that was ooh, this forbidden love, romantic, everyone's against us. And people thought that he was a bad influence on her, but anyone that knows Ariana knows that she's the head bitch in her group. But nobody's convincing her to do anything she does not want to do. So if you fast forward a little bit to Pete Davidson, she dated him at a very crucial point in her life. Her and Mac Miller had just broken up, and the Manchester Arena bombing had happened, and she was going through a lot of personal struggles. And Pete was this like, ooh, comedic guy. It was like he was nothing that she's ever dealt with. He wasn't like your average looking dude. He looked like different and all of this. So he brought the sense of freedom and a fresh start to Ariana. It was like I'm floating on a cloud with him. And that's how I described it in a blog post when I exposed him a few years back. And it's something that she said similarly in an interview a couple of months later. With Dalton, he kind of encapsulates a life that Ariana wants, where she's kind of low-key, she's still doing things that she loves, however, it's very private and it's on her terms. And I can go into a whole different video about everything that Ariana has been through and how it affected her as a person, but I also link a post down below where you guys can check that out if you really want like an in-depth grasp of her. But basically, after everything that she's went through and things that were out of control, she did everything she could to be in control. And this has to do with a lot of different aspects in her life. It's whether being photographed by paparazzi, appearing certain ways, or anything like that. So she wanted to be in full control of her life. Whatever she couldn't control, she wanted to make sure there were aspects in her life where she could to make up for what she can't. And so with Ariana and Dalton, they kind of lead a private life. You know, they spent quarantine together, they're all of this, and she's on a different type of high. It's similar to the high that she was on with Pete Davidson, but with Pete, it was like different, cool, funny, all of that. With Dalton, it's more like, ooh, private. So it's different aspects that Ariana wants in her life that she finds in the men that she dates. And this kind of also explains why she tends to move on too fast. It explains why after just a few months they get engaged. And here's where we come to the scandalous and controversial tea. According to several of my sources, Ariana is reportedly cheating on Dalton. And one of my sources a few years ago has always called Ariana a serial cheater. And it's just like, okay, she doesn't want to be alone, so why is she cheating? That goes to another aspect to Ariana. She's a very complex person, and it's the aspect that Ariana likes this idea of like forbidden attention. And this is actually seen in her video and song Break Up With Your Girlfriend on Board. So she's a very interesting person. When I first said that Ariana was supposedly cheating on Dalton, everyone was just like, how? It's quarantine. Honey, if you think that celebrities stop living their celebrity lifestyles in quarantine, I'm sorry, I got a surprise. You'd actually be shocked at the amount of elite parties that have went on behind the scenes, at the amount of elite things that took place. Just because you don't see it happening doesn't mean it isn't happening. And with Ariana, like I told you, she has encapsulated a new theme of her life, which is control. And she likes to be in control of what's said about her, what's out there about her. She wants to be the leading person in all of it, which, you know, it's good for her. She wants to control as much as she can in this industry that it's really hard to grab control of your life. But at what price does that come at? Do you end up losing yourself in these relationships? Is Ariana going to be the next Jennifer Lopez, in which she gets engaged, married, divorced, gets engaged, married, divorced? Are these people just fulfilling a theme in your life that you want to grasp at that time? Is it the fear of being alone? Which we know that is, but it's like, why would you go to the next level with somebody? So I think that's the interesting part about Ariana and her relationships. Let me know if you guys think Dalton and Ariana are going to make it down the aisle, or is this going to be a repeat of her relationship with Pete Davidson? What are your thoughts on both of them? I can definitely do a second part to this video where I can talk more about Ariana. You can definitely drop down some questions. I'll be answering the comment section. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time. Bye!